Hello guys, my name is Maria Clementina Pablo, but I go for my middle name Clementina. Yep, just like the fruit. So, for my final project, I had the option of creating either a magazine or an opening film for which we were going to spend the next 5 weeks creating. I decided to create a traveling magazine along with two other partners. Usually, traveling magazines rely a lot on imagery and not so much in text. Therefore, editors incorporate either lots of pictures in small sizes or just a couple of large ones, which usually take big portions of the layout, if not all. But in general, most of the layout is mainly comprised by images. Based on this convention, I designed a cover that displayed a cover image full of warm, vivid colors that would catch the reader's attention at first glance, and few cover lines in order to keep the image neat and as the main focus. Following up, the layout I designed would also rely on pictures and use them to guide the reader's eyes towards the text, which I kept short and simple. As a whole, I went for a clean and clear composition, mainly because I didn't want to cram the layout with a lot of information, and to achieve this, I only displayed one big image per article to avoid distracting the viewer's eyes, and consequently paired it with the corresponding text, which follows straight white margins. The reason why the layout is directly linked to the representation of my audience, is because my magazine targets men. More specifically, married men who search in these magazines ideal locations to spend with their couple. So, because men are my target audience, studies have shown that they have a shorter attention span than women. Therefore, the layout of the magazine must be visually enticing in order to catch their attention, and then present the written information in a short and concise way. Regarding the distribution of this media, the magazine will be sold to airport duty shops, airlines, hotels, and car rentals, so that the magazine can be accessed by those couples who are already in vacations and lure them to try the destinations featured in my magazine. And because men are my target audience, in addition to the places I previously mentioned, I also want to tackle the sites that they usually frequent. These include barbershops, auto dealer services, office waiting rooms, doctors' waiting rooms, among others. Moving on into the production aspect of the magazine, first, let me talk about what I used and found helpful for the capturing and editing of the images that, as I mentioned before, plays a crucial role in the consumption of the product. To capture, I relied on a Nikon D3100, which is a semi-professional camera, and my iPhone 6 camera. I must confess, though, that the difference in terms of image neatness between one camera and the other is almost imperceptible. Both of them did a pretty amazing job at capturing lights and colors. In terms of image editing apps, just in case you didn't read my blogs, I had a major weather incident when capturing my cover image, which, oh, by the way, is the one that's going to capture the reader's attention at first glance. So I had to strive for perfection in this case, and I was in the urgency of using an editing app. And believe me, I am a complete ignorant in terms of technology. I don't like it. I don't like to use it. But in this case, I had the necessity to step out of my comfort zone and deal with it in order to get the image I wanted. For the editing, I used the app Snapseed, which I not only found super easy to use, but super efficient. I mean, this image speaks for itself. I was able to turn this dark cover image into a bright, colorful cover image. Amazing, right? In relation to the app I used for the design of the cover, table of content, and two-page spread, I used Canva, which I also found incredibly easy to use and to navigate through. Personally, I'm not interested in pursuing a career as a magazine editor or anything similar to that, but this project definitely marks a before and an after in my academic and professional life. Throughout the production process, I faced countless challenges, like the one I previously mentioned about the weather, in which I was constantly forced to step out of my comfort zone in order to fix those problems and achieve my goals. And that right there is something that no matter what major or career I go for, I'm always going to encounter. Secondly, working in groups and constructively criticizing our project was something that never proved so efficient in my entire academic life. And that, then again, that's something that I'm going to face anywhere I go. And with that, guys, I conclude my critical reflection. Thank you very much.